people, it's good to have you here with me again today. Now, to the business of the day, it's all about gaslighting today. I don't know if you've heard it before. It doesn't matter if you've heard it before. All I know is that we all know about gaslighting. We just may not know that's the term for it. Now, according to an online definition for gaslighting, gaslighting means manipulating someone by psychological means into doubting their own sanity. Guys, this is crazy, isn't it? Gaslighting occurs in abusive relationships, and we're not just talking about romantic relationships, we're talking about family relationships, and we're talking about friendships. So when you think of gaslighting, you can also think of manipulation, because essentially they go hand in hand. You see, the gaslighting technique undermines the victim's entire perception of reality. They make you second guess yourself, your memories, your perceptions, your opinions, everything. So here are a few signs that you're being gaslighted. 1. Deflection of blame. You see, when something happens between the victim and the gaslighter, especially if the gaslighter is at fault for something, they would rather not accept the blame. They would want to deflect it, or even altogether blame the victim. Sign number 2. Downplaying your feelings and your thoughts. So you may hear the gaslighter telling their victim, calm down, you're overreacting, or you're too overly sensitive. These comments are aimed at downplaying how you feel. You know, it downplays how you feel, it makes you feel like you have no right reacting to what they've said in the way that you're doing. It basically invalidates your feelings. Sign number 3, discrediting you. So you find that gaslighters will go to other people, portraying the victim in a negative light. But when they do this, they wouldn't do it in a harsh way. They'll do it in a subtle way, even making it look like they are concerned about the victim, so that other people don't necessarily suspect that they're smearing the victim. And then on the flip side, they go to the victim and tell the victim, this is how other people see you. They think you're crazy. They think you've lost the plot. They think you're this, they think you're that. It is all a manipulative tactic. Sign number 4, lying to the victim. Gaslighters are pathological liars. They are brazen liars, and they tend to stick to their version of events, irrespective of all the odds, of all the signs pointing at the opposite. Even when the victim knows that they're lying, they seem to be able to somehow sow a seed of doubt in the mind of the victim, to the extent that the victim starts to think, oh, maybe he's telling the truth, maybe she's telling the truth, maybe I should just believe them, maybe I should stop worrying, maybe they're telling the truth after all. Sign number 5, deny wrongdoing. A gaslighter would never admit to wrongdoing. They would always deny it. There's no way on earth that their pride will let them accept any form of wrongdoing. And what this does to the victim is that it denies the victim of closure, especially in cases of, say, abuse, any kind of abuse whatsoever. If the gaslighter is able to admit wrongdoing and apologize, it helps the victim to heal. But in the case where the gaslighter keeps denying wrongdoing, the victim will find it difficult to heal or to move on from their hurt. Number 6, using compassionate words as weapons. Many times when you call out a gaslighter, you hear things like, you know I love you, you know I care about you, you know I can never hurt you. You hear all of these things. They are meant to mess with the head of the victim. They know that's what the victim wants to hear. They have them wrapped around their little pinky finger. So my advice to the victim is never pay attention to their words. Pay more attention, pay more close attention to their actions rather than what comes out of their mouth. Number 7, twisting and reframing conversations. Gaslighters tend to pervert the real account of an event or a story. They constantly invalidate your recollection of past events, and when it becomes a trend that stories and events are told in their favor, you find that you start to question your own recollection of events. It starts to mess with your mind. You begin to doubt your own memory and recollection of what happened. Number 8, you'll find yourself being the one to always apologize after an altercation or after a disagreement. It will never be them. They will manipulate the situation in such a way that you start to think you're wrong, alright, and then you apologize. Or you just give up altogether and you're like, I can't be bothered. You just apologize and move on. Number 9, you start to struggle with decision making. You no longer trust your own decision making capabilities or abilities. So at the end of the day, you just let them do it anyway because you can't be bothered with decision making altogether. So by default, if anything comes up that requires your decision making, you avoid it altogether and you just let them carry on with it. Number 10, they project. Say for instance, the gaslighter is a cheater. They will constantly accuse their victim of cheating. thereby subjecting them to defending themselves for no reason. What this does basically is it distracts the victim from the behavior of the gaslighter. Number 11, say you're hearing things about them from the public, from family members, from friends, and you confront them with these things, alright? They tell you everyone else is a liar. They tell you all sort of things to not make you focus on what you're hearing about them. They make you even question your own reality, and it might even get to a point where they lose their temper just because you question them or for trying to demand an explanation for the things that you're hearing about them. The truth is, some gaslighters don't even know that they're gaslighting their victim. They don't know they're doing it because it's become second nature. While some others actually know that they're gaslighting, they are aware of their manipulative ways, but they're just not ready to acknowledge the behavior as a problem. So I think it's imperative that the victim and the gaslighter both acknowledge that there's an issue, alright, and they're willing to confront it, and not just confront it, they're also willing to seek help. And the victim needs help because they need to learn how to say no. They need to learn how to be assertive. They need to learn how to be confident and know when to say enough is enough. Because if both people don't seek help, the gaslighter will keep on damaging the victim, and the victim will keep on being an enabler of the behavior of the gaslighter. And what we're left with at the end of the day is a cycle of abuse. So this brings me to the end of today's topic. If you know that this video has touched you in any way, if you know that the content has been helpful in any way, please leave a comment in the comment section. If you know that you're a gaslighter, based on all the things that I've mentioned today, please seek help. If you know you're a victim of gaslighting, I know it's hard, but you also need help. You need to speak out. You need to reach out to people who can help you get out of the situation. To parents who are gaslighting their children, it's time to stop. You're damaging your kids, okay? To children who are gaslighting their parents, also it is time to stop. Gaslighting does no one any good. Let's stop the cycle. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel to get notified in your feed of any new uploads. And also share the video with your friends and families and anyone you know who is gaslighting someone or who is a victim. Alright guys, see you next time. Take care. Bye.